know we've been doing a lot of thinking about how to help people with disabilities enter the workforce. Whitney, I know you in particular have been paying attention to how should they get support. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what people should do if they want to get a job but they don't know what they should do?
So, first off, for parents who are looking to help their child get a job, we'd like to start by just saying congratulations. We as a field are so happy that you are considering competitive integrated employment for your child, because that is by far the best option for your child. As you'll learn as you're transitioning from school to work, there are some big differences. For example, in school, there aren't a lot of opportunities for independence. Sometimes there's a big focus on academics, learning, reading, and writing, and while those are certainly helpful, as a parent, as you are looking to help your child learn skills for employment, you might want to look at things like how you can set them up to do things on their own, to be more independent with chores, making sure that they're learning to initiate things on their own, and also to complete things without you being there to consistently tell them what to do. Some other things that you might want to start to look for are, what are your child's interests? And starting to really think outside of the box, not just video games, but do they really seem to care for animals or being outside in the environment? And when they're in these situations, what sorts of tasks and things do they excel at doing? Are they really organized? Do they do a nice job identifying things that need to get done in different environments? Those sorts of informational gathering observations and activities, those are things that you'll be able to share with the vocational rehabilitation counselor or your child's eventual job coach, and the more information you can provide, the better.
So that was a really good review for parents. Lauren, I know you've been looking at this topic as well. What have you found helps people with disabilities transition from school to work?
One of the best things that you can do for your child, and we know this from a lot of research, is get them as many early work experiences as possible. So starting when they're youth or adolescent, taking advantage of any school opportunities. If transition services are something that your child is eligible for, it could start at 14 or 16. Those will help guide different work experiences through the school system. But there's other ways as well. So you could consider after-school jobs, you could consider internships, summer jobs, any opportunities to really participate in work. And that allows them then to graduate or leave high school and then even potentially go into a post-secondary ed and then get an internship or job in college. But either way, they're leaving their school settings and then moving into adulthood with a resume, with references, with a network to help them find a job, and with some real skills that can be valuable in the labor market. So Carol, since you've been asking us some questions, I wanted to throw to you. Are there any other additional considerations that you might suggest for parents that are looking to help their children get jobs?
Well, you know, the three of us have been working on this, and one area where we always struggle to advise parents the best way to move forward is around transportation. Cities and even small towns frequently have transportation options for individuals with disabilities. And so transportation is a very significant skill that I think most adolescents need. It's a sign of freedom for the adolescent that they can learn to go somewhere on their own. If we remember our own experiences, you know, your first bike, your first walk to the store by yourself. We have to actually plan for that for people with disabilities. We really have to be mindful. And I would recommend that parents think about, how can I teach my child with safety to move through their community safely? So transportation is a huge issue. Of course, if you live in a walkable neighborhood, teaching that child to walk safely on their own can get them to work. Other issues that I think parents really need to think about are, what makes a successful person at work? And there are things that parents can do right now. So if your child wants to work in an environment where they're going to be on their feet a lot, It's worth it to invest in good footwear. We all know how much sore feet can make your day go terrible. And so if the individual has really good shoes, that makes their day go much better. We have to think about things like, what do they wear to work? What do they prefer to wear? And that plays into the choices that the individual might make about where they want to work. Do they have to wear a uniform? Are they willing to change regularly as the weather changes? Do they have to wear a suit and tie? Would they like to be in an environment where they're wearing a badge? Those are all considerations that families should take into account as they think about their child with disabilities moving into the world of work.
Those are great considerations. Thank you.